Hello, Rachel.
I'm Kel from Chile. I had the pleasure of interviewing you in London last February, so it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Yeah.
So, guys, first question. What's your opinion on the final take of the season? Have you watched the episodes?
We've only watched up to episode 6. I've loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say that. It sounds sort of like arrogant to say that when you're in it, but I've loved it. And I loved watching all the bits that I wasn't in and all the other stuff that I couldn't see at the time.
Do you watch yourselves? It's weird. Do you like to watch yourself in camera?
I hate watching myself.
I don't feel this. I feel like it takes one go. I watch one time and all I can see is how terrible and how I'm a piece of shit. And then the second time I watch it, I get a bit more used to it and I actually get to see the story. It's always like you have to sort of like get it out of the way, don't you?
That's nice. That's
Sophie.
Nice. That's it.
you hate it. You hate it. Sophie, how has your life changed this year considering the huge Bridgerton fan base? Are you still able to grab coffee in peace?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed a difference at all yet. And everyone keeps saying in these interviews that am I ready for all this change? But I think I'm a little bit in disbelief, or I don't want to believe it necessarily. And I guess I'll kind of believe it when I see it, if it happens.
Uh-huh.
Coffee.
Has Luke given you any advice?
Well, I mean, I actually think like, I can get a coffee. I go on the tube. I do all of those things. And like occasionally someone will stop me. But I think it's an aspect that people often think that if it happens, you're sort of subjected to it. And like it's nothing you can control. I think there is an element of it you can't control. I also do think it's a choice more than I think people would like to admit. I think if you want to go incognito, you could do it, I think.
Do you walk your dogs? Do you have pets like that you can walk in the street?
I don't have pets, but yeah, I can easily, I just live my life. It's fine. It's okay.
That's amazing. Guys, I watched the 4 first episodes and I think it's really refreshing because we know Benedict as to be this wild Bridgerton brother, and the love story that Benedict gets to live is like super innocent, romantic kind of plot where it's like almost a fairy tale that you fall in love, you laugh together, you play together. What's your opinion on that?
It is a bit of a fairy tale, but then I think, especially after part 1, then the reality kind of kicks in, and it's a bit like, how are they going to make it all work out and happen? And I think by opening the whole downstairs world, it does make the Bridgerton universe a bit more grounded in something that's a bit different and a bit more raw. Yeah.
And also I think that it's interesting what you say, because you're right, it's quite interesting, I guess, from where Benedict has been before. It's not necessarily the love story we would have imagined for him.
That's what I wanted to say.
Well, no, but that's the thing, like, it is interesting. I love the sort of purity of it and the fact that it sort of blossoms when we're outside of the Tom, or when we're, outside, literally just outside the house, or at the Tom. And yeah, it's got a sort of like real purity and romance. We've sensed a little bit of that in Benedict, and when he talks in season 2, I think, about he suddenly talks to Anthony about like poetry or something. He has this little speech, and you're like, oh, you've got that side. But yeah, I think it's really interesting that actually it's maybe not the sort of romance we would have imagined for Benedict.
Exactly.
That's right about love, right? Love sort of surprises us, doesn't it?
Totally. The other thing is that Sophie really like makes a huge impression on Eloise. Eloise, that it's a character super difficult to impress. She's so independent. She goes against everything that's standard. What would you say that are the abilities or the traits that Sophie has that won the heart of Eloise?
I think it's her appreciation for art, and also, to be honest with you, I think it's surprising that someone from a lower class is actually able to read and is educated in that, because I think we have to acknowledge the fact that there was such a class disparity, and maids maybe were not able to read or write. So there is that surprising element in Eloise, and her appreciation for literature and things that maybe people don't appreciate as much. I think Eloise really likes that quality in Sophie.
Totally. What would you say are the differences and the similarities that you have as persons with your characters? Because I read somewhere that Luke is an artist in real life, like you like to paint. You don't?
Yeah. No. As in, I you know what? Not painting, but I have learned to draw. But I learned to draw for the show. It was only something that happened for the show. I just had lessons in preparation for this. Yeah, I mean, for me, I always find that really a difficult question to answer, because I see the characters sort of words on the page, and I see myself as sort of almost being subjected to the words on the page, and that sort of like the combination of that, my obviously experience, but also my imagination, just creates the illusion of Benedict. So I can't really untangle it. I think it's quite hard for me to sort of untangle what's me and what's Benedict in some way. So I think that's what it was all about, sort of slightly blurring boundaries sometimes.
And for you, Sophie?
It depends on the actor. I think lots of actors have different. It feels different.
Yeah. I think for me, I relate to Sophie's sarcasm. I relate to her feeling like an outsider, and I do think that her appreciation for art and for the small things in life, I maybe have similar qualities to. I mean, yeah, I love reading. I love going to art exhibitions. That's the way I recharge. So maybe those qualities.
Guys, and last question. What was your favorite scene to shoot? Because there's a lot of funny stuff, like the kite scene, the lake scene. When you discovered that Sophie speaks French, what was your favorite scene to shoot?
Oh, yeah, that one.
That's a really nice.
That is a really fun one.
Kite scene.
The kite really special. Yeah, that was our first day of shooting as well.
Really? And you seem to have the most amazing chemistry.
Well, that's kind. I mean, I actually think from the inside, I did feel like I'd been working with Yerin for months, and we had like this real, like nice connection. It was lovely to sort of discover that on day one. It was very encouraging for the rest of the
Assuring. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you. Could you send a message to your Chilean fans? We're so expecting to host you here. We would love you to come.
Of course. Well, yeah, love that. And I hope you guys enjoy the show and that it sort of blows you away, I hope.
And thank you so much for your love and support. It means the world. Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. You're going to be amazing. It's going to be a blast.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.